Hi, welcome to Fiction Fingers Fairy Channel. Please subscribe to this channel for more interesting stories, and don't forget to like and share this video. Thank you. As they arrived home, Suzy's new role as Willy's babysitter and household helper commenced. She wasted no time in getting started, immediately taking charge of caring for Willy and attending to the household chores. Her first task was giving Willy a bath, ensuring he was clean and refreshed after their journey. "Come on, Willy, it's bath time," Suzy called out cheerfully, leading the young boy to the bathroom and filling the tub with warm water. Willy's laughter filled the room as he splashed around in the water, enjoying the playful moment with Suzy. While Suzy bathed Willy, Brian retreated to his home office to tackle his work responsibilities. Seated at his desk, he immersed himself in his tasks, grateful for Suzy's presence in the house to care for Willy and manage the household affairs. Meanwhile, Suzy continued her duties, preparing a delicious dinner for the family. With skill and efficiency, she whipped up a nutritious meal, taking into account Willy's preferences and dietary needs. The aroma of home-cooked food filled the air, signaling that dinner was almost ready. As Suzy plated the meal and set the table, Brian emerged from his home office, his work for the day complete. He smiled appreciatively at Suzy's efforts, grateful for her assistance in managing the household responsibilities. "Thanks, Suzy. Dinner smells amazing," Brian remarked, his voice filled with gratitude as he took his seat at the table. Suzy returned Brian's smile, pleased to see her efforts appreciated. "You're welcome, Brian. I'm happy to help," she replied warmly, taking her own seat at the table as they prepared to enjoy the meal together as a family. With dinner served and enjoyed, Suzy and Brian settled into a comfortable rhythm, each fulfilling their respective roles within the household. As the evening wore on, they found solace and companionship in each other's presence, grateful for the support and teamwork that helped them navigate Rachel's absence. The next day, Suzy's daily routine began with an early morning rise as she prepared Willy for school. "Good morning, Willy. Time to get ready for school," Suzy called out cheerfully, gently waking the young boy from his slumber. Willy groggily rubbed his eyes, still half asleep, as he nodded in response to Suzy's wake-up call. "Okay, Auntie Suzy," he mumbled sleepily, slowly climbing out of bed and heading to the bathroom to wash up. After getting Willy ready, Suzy busied herself in the kitchen, preparing breakfast for the family. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and sizzling bacon filled the air, enticing Brian and Willy out of their rooms. "Smells delicious, Suzy," Brian remarked, his stomach rumbling in anticipation as he took a seat at the table. "Thank you, Brian. Dig in," Suzy replied with a warm smile, serving up generous portions of scrambled eggs and toast for everyone. As they enjoyed their breakfast together, the conversation flowed easily between them, filling the kitchen with laughter and warmth. After breakfast, Suzy and Willy set out for the short walk to school, enjoying the crisp morning air and the peaceful stroll through the neighborhood. Along the way, they chatted about their plans for the day and shared stories from their morning. As they arrived at the school gates, Suzy bid farewell to Willy, giving him a quick hug before watching him disappear into the bustling corridors of the school. "Have a great day, Willy. I'll see you later," Suzy called out, waving goodbye as she headed back home to continue her day. As Suzy arrived home, she found the house quiet, with Brian already off to his office for the day. Alone in the house, Suzy began her cleaning routine, moving from room to room with a sense of purpose. "All right, time to get started on the chores," Suzy murmured to herself, rolling up her sleeves and grabbing her cleaning supplies. As she tackled each task, Suzy found comfort in the familiar rhythm of her daily routine. "One room at a time, Suzy. You've got this," she reassured herself, methodically dusting and vacuuming each corner of the house. With the cleaning done, Suzy took a moment to pause and rest, her stomach rumbling with hunger. Time for a quick lunch," she thought aloud, making her way to the kitchen to prepare a simple sandwich. As she enjoyed her lunch, Suzy contemplated the evening ahead, eager to prepare a delicious dinner for Brian and Willy to enjoy together. "I'll make something special tonight, since we'll all be dining together," she mused, already thinking about the recipes she could try. With a plan in mind, Suzy resumed her tasks, determined to make the most of her time alone at home. There's still plenty to do before dinner, she reminded herself, setting to work with renewed energy and focus. As the day wore on, Suzy found solace in the familiar routines of homemaking, finding satisfaction in the tasks completed and the sense of accomplishment that came with each completed chore. Almost done for the day, she thought contentedly. After taking a brief rest, Suzy set out on foot to pick up Willy from school. "Hey Willy, how was your day?" Suzy greeted him with a warm smile as they walked home together. "It was great. I learned about space today," Willy exclaimed, his eyes shining with excitement as he recounted his day at school. Back at home, Suzy wasted no time in getting Willy cleaned up and ready for dinner. "Let's get you cleaned up before dinner, Willy," Suzy said, leading him to the bathroom to bathe. As Suzy prepared dinner in the kitchen, the sound of the front door opening signaled Brian's return from work. "Hey Suzy, how was your day?" Brian greeted her with a tired smile as he entered the house. "It was good, Brian. I picked up Willy from school and we've been getting ready for dinner," Suzy replied, stirring a pot of soup on the stove. With dinner almost ready, Suzy and Brian set the table together, their movements synchronized as they worked in harmony to prepare for the meal. "Everything looks delicious, Suzy," Brian remarked, admiring the spread of food laid out before them. "Thank you, Brian. I hope you're hungry," Suzy replied, returning his smile as she put the finishing touches on the meal. As they sat down to eat, the atmosphere was filled with warmth and laughter, the clinking of utensils against plates, a familiar sound of togetherness. "Dig in, everyone. Let's enjoy this meal together," Suzy declared, prompting them to start eating. Throughout dinner, they shared stories and laughter, enjoying each other's company and savoring the delicious food prepared by Suzy. "This is delicious, Suzy. Thank you for cooking," Brian said, expressing his gratitude between bites. After dinner, Brian suggested that they video call Rachel to catch up with her. "Hey Willy, how about we give Mom a call and see how she's doing?" Brian proposed, his voice filled with enthusiasm as he reached for his phone. Willy's eyes lit up with excitement at the idea of talking to his mom. "Yes, Daddy! I miss Mommy!" he exclaimed eagerly, nodding his head in agreement. With Willy's approval, Brian quickly dialed Rachel's number, initiating the video call. "Hi, Rachel. We thought we'd give you a call to see how you're doing," Brian greeted Rachel warmly as her face appeared on the screen. "Hi, Mommy. I miss you," Willy chimed in, waving excitedly at the screen as he greeted his mother. Rachel's face lit up with joy at the sight of her family. "Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Brian. Hi, Willy. I miss you all too," she said, her voice filled with love and longing. As they caught up with Rachel, Suzy took the opportunity to tidy up the kitchen, washing dishes and putting away leftovers. "I'll just be in the kitchen tidying up while you chat with Rachel," Suzy informed Brian, giving them privacy. As the video call continued, Brian and Willy shared stories of their day with Rachel, updating her on their activities and adventures. "We had a great day, Rachel. Suzy took good care of us," Brian said, expressing his gratitude to Suzy for her help. Rachel listened intently, her heart swelling with love and pride for her family. As the call came to an end, Brian and Willy bid Rachel goodbye, promising to talk again soon. "We love you, Mommy. Take care," Willy exclaimed, blowing kisses at the screen before the call ended. As days turned into weeks, Suzy found herself growing closer to Brian and Willy in Rachel's absence, fostering feelings within her that she struggled to comprehend. "What am I feeling?" Suzy whispered to herself, her brow furrowed with uncertainty as she grappled with her emotions. Guilt and fear gnawed at Suzy's conscience, a constant reminder of the boundaries she dared not cross. "I shouldn't be feeling this way," Suzy admonished herself, her voice barely above a whisper as she wrestled with her inner turmoil. Desperate to conceal her burgeoning feelings, Suzy resolved to bury them deep within her heart, shielding them from prying eyes. "I mustn't let anyone know," she murmured softly, her resolve wavering as doubt crept into her mind. Despite her best efforts to suppress her feelings, Suzy found herself drawn to Brian's warmth and kindness, his presence a source of comfort and stability in her life. "I must stay strong," Suzy whispered to herself, her resolve faltering as she yearned for the solace of Brian's embrace. Alone in her thoughts, Suzy battled the demons of her conscience, tormented by the forbidden desires that threatened to consume her. "I must resist," she vowed silently, her heart heavy, with the weight of her unspoken longing. As Suzy navigated her inner turmoil, little did she know that Brian, too, grappled with his own emotions in the depths of his heart. "What am I feeling for Suzy?" Brian pondered silently, his thoughts swirling with confusion as he struggled to make sense of his growing affection for her. Despite his outwardly calm demeanor, Brian found himself drawn to Suzy's warmth and kindness, her presence filling a void he hadn't realized existed. "Why do I feel this way?" Brian questioned himself, his voice tinged with uncertainty as he wrestled with the unfamiliar emotions stirring within him. As days turned into nights, Brian found himself increasingly drawn to Suzy's company, her laughter and companionship bringing him a sense of comfort he hadn't realized he craved.